Hi folks, how are you doing? When was the last time we did a pick a card reading on here? It feels like forever ago, so I'm bringing back some classics. So pick a card for the rest of the year. So this can be for business, love, work, relationships, finances, guidance. It's from whenever you watch this video to the end of 2023. And to be quite honest, if you watch it in 2024, then you're guided to it at that time. So take the messages. I've got 3 decks in front of me. If you've been following me for a while, you know I don't film the cards. I just haven't got the time for all that camera stuff going on. So you look at my face and you use your God-given third eye to imagine these following crystals. So I've got 3 cards in front of me, okay, very different cards, and I've got 3 crystals on the top. You can also use the thumbnail on the outside of this video. We have rose quartz, we have amethyst, and we have clear quartz. So I want you to think of something in your life that you want guidance with, and I want you to tune into these 3 crystals: rose quartz, amethyst, clear quartz. You don't need to see them, okay? I'll hold the crystals up for you. That's rose quartz, amethyst, and clear quartz, okay? So which crystal are you guided to for that problem, that issue in your life? Is it rose quartz, amethyst, or clear quartz? Because that will be the deck for you. You can comment below what deck, what crystal you chose, and we will go through each of these decks and we'll see what messages are. So we've got rose quartz first. We'll do rose quartz first, which is the Golden Nouveau Tarot. So I'll pop that there. So let's have a look what those of you that chose rose quartz need to hear. Give them a really good shuffle. How are you all doing? It does feel weird, for although I do videos a lot, it feels weird going back to redo something that you've not done for some time. Weird, isn't it? How we are as human beings. There is a period of balance needed. I feel as though for those of you that have picked this deck, your life this year has been all over the place. It's been busy, it's been hectic. And as we go in towards the latter year, the autumn and the winter, it's time to slow things down again. I will show you these cards in a minute. I'm going to pull 5. Wow. So we've got the Magician at the bottom, and the Magician is all about you and that you can get through this. And actually it feels, when I look at this spread here, I think whoever's been drawn to it has been feeling sorry for themselves, and they've been feeling probably neglected. They've been maybe overworking or keeping busy or scrolling to take their mind off their life. And what these cards are here to say is that you need to bring your attention back whilst also giving yourself the necessary time to heal. The Magician has all the tools on the table. He doesn't need, I don't say he doesn't need, he doesn't need anyone else to do it for him. He's more than capable. And this is about a wake-up call for yourself to remind you just who you are. That actually you've got through worse and you survived, and you know what, you'll get through this as well. So balancing, this can also be addiction issues. So it could be addiction to gambling, addiction to alcohol, addiction to intimate relations, addiction to sugar, caffeine, addiction to appliances, phones, addiction to drama. Also, as well, in some cases, it could also be addiction to your own pain. Would wait for that camera to focus. Addiction to your own pain, and addiction to your own story. We've then got this King of Swords that wants to come in. And it's all about decisions. It's all about planning what you're going to do next. Because there's been a bit of procrastination going on. Procrastination is all about putting something off, delaying the inevitable. But it's reminding yourself that you are a magician and that you are also a king. We've also got the card of strength coming in. And this card, again, it does what it says on the tin. It's about strength. It's not about getting buff in the gym. It can be, but it's also about inner strength. And sometimes we need to be strong. You know, we've got some very, very strong cards here. We've also got the Queen of Swords, who can be incredibly strong. We also must remember that both the King and the Queen of Swords can also be quite toxic at times, not all the time, depending on where they come in the reading. They can also be very combative. So say if you're a Queen of Swords that likes to speak your mind, nothing wrong with that. And maybe you're dealing with a King of Swords, it's about not going into the eye for an eye kind of energy, because an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. You may be a King of Swords energy that can fight your corner. Again, nothing wrong with that. But not letting somebody take you to the next level. To calm it down, again, temperance. We've got this card here, the Five of Cups, which is about loss, feeling sorry for yourself, focusing on worst case scenario. There is 3 cups that have fallen. 3 cups that have fallen. Blood has been spilt. Things have gone AWOL. It's gone crazy. Shit's happened. Oh my God. When did it get to this? I can't cope with this. Let me go for a drink. This is the card we're talking about. But then we've got 2 cups here. So all is not lost. You have a lot to be thankful for. You may be going through a difficult time at this time, but you can get through it. And you will get through it. You just have to balance your emotions, balance your feelings, take some time out, breathe through it, balance any addictive behaviour that's flaring at this time, not getting into conflict with people, because that can be really easy. Remembering you're the magician, that you're strong, and to not feel sorry for yourself. Lick your wounds by all means. Have a bit of a moan. You know, why me? Fair enough, but don't stay there, because you've got a lot to be thankful for. And time is precious, and we shouldn't waste it on our past dramas. So, that was your reading. So now we're going to move on to Amethyst. Amethyst, okay? So for those of you that chose this deck, which is the True Love Oracle. Interesting deck, this. One of my newest decks, and it's interesting. Very interesting. So, Amethyst. Let's give the cards a good shuffle. Some of these messages will resonate for all of these decks, some of them won't. Some, I found in the past when I used to do these a lot, that people would say actually two piles resonated. If that's the case, go for it. Trust your intuition. If you're guided to 2 crystals, that's fine. And then you always get the one, oh, it all resonated. Take it all, I'll take it all. Very different to the first messages, but also very similar. It really is. Again, I've said this, just said it now. With my readings on here, on the picker cards, they always kind of lead into one another. The distorted masculine at the bottom of the deck. So, whoever has been drawn to this particular part of the reading, there is some distorted masculine energies at play. This could be with you, or it could be with another person. It's interesting, look at that card, look at the artwork on that card, fascinating. This part of the reading is also about chilling. Oh, I like that, we can chill. It's about stepping out of those heavy men are men, women are women. It's about stepping out of that. It's about finding the middle way with this. Maybe you've been overworking, maybe you've been stepping too much into your masculine, because we have both within us. We have the divine masculine and we have the divine feminine. And when they're both balanced, you can't wish to be in a better place. You can flow, you can produce, you can get ideas, you can put them into practice. But when they're not balanced, we can go too feminine, too floaty and too away with the fairies, or we can be too at it, too strong, too fiery. And it's like, oh my God, for those around us. So this is about balancing that. We've also got the card of emotional freedom. So again, the card of playing. Maybe your emotions feel really tensed, and maybe that's why you're going into your masculine, because it's become a survival mode. I've got to be hard, I've got to be tough. You know, my dad always told me to do this, my granddad brought me up to do this, that kind of thing. Society wants me to be strong, but this is saying you need to be a bit more gentler, and you need to remember the magic, and you need to try and connect into the inner child. Spend some time with some unicorns, not via drugs. But spend some time with some unicorns in the rainbow ray as well. So visualising the rainbow going through you is an amazing healing tool for this. Luminosity is the next card. So, illumination. Don't be afraid of yourself. Don't be afraid of what's coming up at this time. A lot of heavy stuff is coming up at this time for a lot of people in a lot of ways, and it can be particularly overwhelming. But this is about letting all of that come up. I think one of the things I'm tuning into at the minute is a big heavy purge for all of us, me included. A lot of this dense, heavy stuff's coming up that, God, we'd forgotten it even existed. And it can be so easy to go into, this is awful, this is traumatic again, because you can be reliving those traumas. But why it's coming up is for this reason, is for you to make peace with it. And it can come in via dreams, memories. You meet somebody, an old school friend, and they say, remember something, and you're like, and you're going into that bit of a fight or flight energy again. So it's coming up not to trigger you. It's actually to trigger you, but not in a, God, I'm so triggered, not in that way, but it's triggering me to do some inner work here. It's triggering me to go into forgiveness and acceptance. And honestly, when you can, and take this from someone who has experienced this, when you can look at someone that has totally destroyed you and find forgiveness and acceptance there, it changes the game. You don't need snake oil, you don't need a magic potion, you don't need anything else apart from yourself in that moment. And honestly, and you know what is between you and that moment? It's yourself, and take it from someone that knows. Everything I talk about in my videos I've experienced myself. I don't just watch influencers on YouTube and then spew it out into my own videos. It's stuff I've gone through myself. So when I talk about trauma surviving, it's because I've done it myself. And I've got to that via healing, via all kinds of avenues. But it's bliss. So again, surrender, pity. The past thoughts, past memories, wanting to think back to maybe even happier times as well. Making peace with all aspects of yourself. Seeing the beauty even in those darkest moments of your past. And the next two cards I'm so excited about, because it's the gardener and the garden. So this came, I think it was a royal reading, this. Was it the Diana channel in these two cards came up in? And it was basically about, what are you gardening in your life? What are you manifesting in your life? How are you bringing things into your life? Are we doing worst case doom and gloom? This world is shit, life is horrible, they are this, they are that, I am so ill, I can't cope, because that garden becomes poisonous. The flowers shrivel up, the leaves fall off the trees, the bark goes brittle and hard, the rivers stop flowing. We become barren and cold and an empty vessel. Or are we going, right, okay, shit's happened, it's been difficult, but I'm a survivor and now I want to go forward. So I'm going to start planting new seeds. But I'm going to be thinking much more deeply about my garden, what I want it to look like, what I want the rivers to look like, the ponds, the lakes, the mountains, because everyone has the internal garden. I tell this a lot to my healing clients, where I say about we've got the internal garden, and especially for those that have anxiety, where you come in, this is a shamanic technique where you go into your inner garden, where it's a safe space, but your inner garden spills out into the world as well, so it becomes a reflection. If your inner garden is full of terror and torment and destruction and addiction, that's what comes into you. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and worn it quite a few times. So the next deck that we are going to move on to is the clear quartz and that is the Field Tarot by Hannah Elizabeth Fofana. Okay. So 5 cards for those of you that chose the clear quartz. We've had a card that's jumped straight out already, which is always a good thing. Ooh. Again, a very similar message. I reckon you could all get a little bit of everything from these readings. Clarity. Clarity. So for those of you that were drawn to this, I'm going to take this card at the bottom, which I always do, but I'm going to jump to the last card that came out, which is Deception. For some of you that have been drawn to this pile, not all of this will resonate in the same way. It'll be resonating different ways for different people. There has been a deception in your life. You've seen the truth of that. It could be a lover, it could be a friend, a partner, a work colleague, a neighbour. It could even be yourself. You could be deceiving yourself. You could be the one that's been doing the deceiving. You could be the one that's felt the deceit. But whatever it is, you're being shown it for a reason. It's almost like a wake-up call energy. So then we're going to go back to the beginning of the cards, which is the card of perseverance. This always reminds me of the chakra system. So something's been shown to you within yourself, or somebody's done something to yourself. Whatever it is, it's the wake-up call. And there's probably going to be a few of these wake-up calls. There may already have been a few of these wake-up calls. They're not here to scare you, to frighten you, to ruin your life. They're actually here to help you change your life. Take it back to the chakra system. We all have one. So it's about illumination and perseverance. Whatever this deception is in your life, it's important not to slip into the victim with it. Because this is actually a moment of deep healing for you and deep clearing. You may find that you're having full body pains with this, because maybe on some respect it's affecting every chakra, causing pain in every chakra. And it's about alignment. We then go on to the next card, which is the card of the High Priestess. And again, whatever this is that's happened in you, be it something you've done, felt, experienced, or received, it's about stepping into your High Priestess energy. Maybe in the past you've gone into combative mode, fight or flight, eye for an eye, no judgment in that, we've all been there and done that. But this time the reaction has to be different. Maybe you're someone that's just laid down and tucking it. That's what is that word? Tucking it. Taken it, I meant taken it, tucking it. Maybe you've just laid down and taken it. But going forward, you've got to be a different version of yourself, the High Priestess. Because actually, there's a change that wants to come in with the Three of Wands, the vision. So this is all about a vision for the future. It's not about staying stuck in this trauma. We've got the Wealth card, the Ace of Pentacles. It's also about seeding something new. Something that is going to be of benefit to you going forward. Having a different reaction. Maybe those of you that have been drawn to this particular deck, maybe in the past have reacted in a certain way, and now it's like there's a lot of this going on where it'll keep coming in just to keep triggering you, to keep till we get to that point where it's like, no, I'm not going to go on a bender. I'm not going to lash out. I'm not going to scream, shout, smash something. I'm not going to go out and play them at their own game. I'm going to do something different, something much more holistic, something that is actually going to improve my life, change my change my life, make it easier, make it better, make it something I'm proud of, become the person that I'm proud of. You know, when people speak my name, they speak it in words of being proud about me, rather than, God, they're such a dick, that kind of thing. Such change is coming in. And what we're experiencing now in the world is giving us so much opportunity to grow in many different ways, to actually really sink into new depths within ourselves and to clear a lot of the trauma organically as well. And it's coming through in dreams and people talking about things, and people, maybe your children have started to start high school and it's brought all your high school trauma up. Great. Fantastic. Why is it doing that? Because it's wanting you to do the forgiveness work, the acceptance work. I think there's a big theme with forgiveness here, and I think maybe this is about forgiving stuff so we can leave this year, 2023, and go into 2024 with a clean slate. Forgiveness doesn't stop what they've done, and it doesn't make it right what's happened, but it frees you, and it kind of frees them as well. How do you forgive? It's very simple, and it's got to be a moment. There is no potion, lotion, tablet, class, course, healing that can make you forgive. There isn't. I can sit with you for 10 hours a day doing all kinds of different channeling, and if you're not ready for that or open to that, my time is wasted, your time is wasted, we're not going to get anywhere. It has to happen. It comes from within. People always say when I talk about, Claire, how do you forgive? It's got to come from within. You've got to get to a stage where you look at it and you go, I see. You've got to want to. You've got to want to step out of victim. You've got to want to step out of victim. You've got to want something better going forward. And also as well, maybe this is going to lead to another video. I'm not going to go there. Oh, sorry, Claire. No, I was going to talk about a karma thing, but I don't, because if people aren't waiting till the end of this video, they'll miss that message. So I'm not doing it not to tell you. I'll do it in a separate video, karma. But it frees you. And there's no magic pill, lotion, potion, mantra, meditation that I can tell you to do for it. There is none of it. Anyone that says they can, they're bullshitting you. It's got to come from within. You've got to get to that point. You've got to get to that point. And to get to that point, you'll have had healing sessions, trauma. You'll have had trauma. Your life gets into chaos. And you realise the only way I can get out of this, breaking this terrible cycle, is by doing it. And it's not saying, yeah, I forgive you, just because you want to, get out a free jail card. It's really looking and going, yeah, I did it this morning. I'll share a story with you. I had a dream of something from the past. And I woke up and I was like, oh, God, what now? Oh, God, sick to death of this. And I was like, ugh. And then I just thought, and I just sat and I just thought, simply it just lifted. And I was like, yeah. And I looked at this person, obviously in an energetic way. And this person actually isn't here now, they've passed. And I was like, God, you're actually my greatest teacher. Well, one of them actually, one of them. It was actually one of my greatest teachers. And he actually was a school teacher. And yeah, anyway, going deep there, Claire, for a pick a card reading. It's meant to be about love, money, romance, twin flame shit, all of that. And stop saying shit on this video, Claire. Somebody will tell me off for that in the comments. Anyway, you only live once, and we're not here to be boring, dumbed down. We're here to have a laugh. And yeah, it's about, there is no potion, lotion I can give you for that. There is nothing. And there is nothing that you can get off TikTok selling or anything like that. It just got to come from within you. And you just get to a stage where you go, yeah, I can see. It's when you learn about soul contracts as well. Everyone in your life is here to teach you something. Even the demons that, even those demons in your life that trigger you and you cause such pain, they're here to teach you something. A lot of the time it's mirror work as well. It may not be from this incarnation, but it could be from your past incarnation. Maybe you were an abuser in a past life, so you come down in this life and you're faced with an abuser. Ooh, punchy. It's true. It's true. And I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with clients that go, God, you know what, Claire, you've triggered me so much. But actually, you're right. You're right. And I get it now and I can see. And you know what? Now people mention that person's name and I'm like, whereas before they'd mention that person's name and I'm not going to knock them out. That kind of thing. Anyway, Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, I'm going to start doing more of these pick a card readings, but not in the salacious way you see on YouTube. I'm going to do them a bit more meaningful like we've done today. I'm going to put this on a new playlist. Whenever you come to this, go to that playlist. If you're watching it straight when I film this week, there won't be many it'll just be one, and it's just a quick one that I'm doing. But if you're watching it in 6 months' time, hopefully there'll be quite a few for you to work through, get some guidance and help going forward in your life. Please do like this video, share this video, comment below, emoji. If you've got to the end of this reading, I would like you to put a crystal ball in the comment section. Fill it with crystal balls with the intention of sending it out into the universe to everybody else. And subscribe to my channel. It's free to subscribe. You press the subscribe button, press the bell next to it to get all notifications. It's just how you can keep track of my videos so you don't miss any. Thanks for watching. Love to all. Have a fab weekend, week, month, year, life, and I will see you in the next one.